silent! Be still!
Always stream with the.
That's why mine are always black.
Hereafter, so that we remember our bonds, we shall always come together in a circle.
It's not so much chill. We hit so many different topics to jump all over.
To hear and tell of deeds good and brave.
You went full cookie puss.
Hey, I'll just look.
I will build a round table where this fellowship shall meet.
So that's why it's the round table. We're all equals here.
Well, at least I'm not pulling a rickshaw.
Remember it well then, this night, so that in the years ahead, you can say, I was there that night.
There's a lot of shots being fired.
And it sounded like somebody was sucking down their microphone like a slack jaw bundle of sticks.
Whoa, there's no gay frogs here.
Good and evil, there never is one without the other.
Where hides evil then in my kingdom?
Always where you never expected.
It passes through Antifa ranks. It smells like cat piss and kitty litter.
Yeah.
And patchouli.
I know a few YouTubers who smell like that.
And look upon this moment. Savoury. Rejoice with great gladness.
And welcome to the round table.
For it is the doom of men that they forget.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the roundtable. Tonight we're going to be a little bit on YouTube, and then the rest of it over on Rumble. So we could do some stuff. But yeah, it's we're going to talk a little bit about some of these comic book projects, and yeah, we got Chungus Chris Fisk in the house here.
That's right.
He's looking a little bloated.
That's my
right.
face.
How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing all right. Unfortunately, the weekend yet again slips through our fingers like sands in the hourglass. You know,
Dude, I blinked and it was done.
Yeah.
You know? But I know we were laughing before. We were talking about some motivational things, and we'll see what this stream brings. But yeah, expect some other kind of wacky things coming from my channel soon. I don't know. But we're playing around. We're doing different stuff here. But you know what? We are comic book creators. We're going to be talking about some cool comic book projects today.
hell yeah.
And then, like I said, then on the Rumble side, we'll talk about the crazy shit that's going on in the world. But yeah, we're going to be hitting some of that stuff. And of course, we have super fan Adam Shawhan in the house, and he's, I think, my biggest supporter. Amen, brother. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Happy to be here, of course. And yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, that's the goal, man. That's the goal. Have some fun, talk about some stuff. I was hanging out with Slasher last night. We were watching a really cool movie we haven't seen in a long time. The original Mortal Kombat movie. That was good fun. And actually,
Yes.
What's up, man? I did drop you a link if you want to drop in or not. Like I said, the YouTube half we'll keep it on comic books and some fun stuff. So if you want to chill during that. But yeah, we'll do the other stuff on Rumble in a little while. But yeah, let me say a quick hello to the rest of the chat. First one in, Toy Mafia was in here tonight. We have Lion Ratton as well. What's up, brother? Always great seeing you. I got Tommy, of course. He's just marching in there. He's putting a stamp on everything, which is a good thing. Tommy's another legend. We got Keely Chow in the house. How you doing, brother?
Yeah.
Always good seeing you. Chris was saying hi to the fine folks out there. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, we said Slasher. But yeah, let's talk about some stuff. In fact, I think I put it as a bumper here because it was easier this way. Yeah, I'm gonna play my trailer if you guys haven't seen it in a minute. I got a cool Kickstarter going on, and yeah, if you haven't backed or supported it yet, here's something to entice you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Vinnieart. I'm the owner of Mela Art World. I'm also a former lead designer of McFarlane Toys,
and I've been in the comic book industry and entertainment industry for about 20 to 25 years, designing figures, statues, doing storyboard artwork and concept artwork. Done stuff again for Image Comics, Devil's Due, Blue Water Comics, a whole bunch of different indie comic books. But I also have my own projects that I've done, and they consist of pirate book Shadow of the Kraken. I have a post-apocalyptic future story called City of Venus, and a beautiful hardcover book called Through the Woods. It's 100 pages, and again, fulfilled during the height of COVID and lockdowns. I am a very trusted creator. I deliver my projects, and everyone's been asking me if I'm going to be doing a Kickstarter. So this is my first Kickstarter. This project, The Art of Vinnie, a work of art, is volumes 1 and 2 of my original art books, remastered, just absolutely gorgeous in the format that I'm presenting it in. 140 pages, an additional 30 pages of unpublished work is in this book. So I hope you guys will consider backing and supporting this project. If it does well, I'll release more campaigns over on Kickstarter. I have a number of new projects and things in the works. I hope you guys will consider supporting. Remember, you can find more of my work over on mellaartworld.com and Vinnieart.com. Thank you again. Background music by CJP and Forgotten One Music. Awesome guy. We got Captain Outis over on the Rumble side. So hell yeah, man. Let me present, because I gotta shill my own stuff since not really getting much help from anyone else is kind of crazy. All the people I've helped out over the years, but I don't know. I'll talk about that more after the campaign is done. You'll get my full view of people.
Oh man.
So there's gonna be a little spicy stuff coming, I think, later on. Well, in about 18 to 20 days. So. What's up, Slasher? How you doing, buddy?
What's up, guys? How you guys?
What up?
Yeah, we're gonna pimp some books and talk about some kind of fun stuff for things we enjoy, and then then we'll kick it on over to Rumble and talk about how the world is burning. So you're free to say as long as you like. If you don't like that other, when we get to Rumble,
yeah, no problem.
But I figure let me split it a little bit. That way, at least there's decent content over here. If people just want to enjoy the fun stuff. But like I said, there's a ton of great projects that's attached to this campaign, actually. So if you're brand new to Kickstarter and you haven't backed my stuff before, like I said, we got City of Venus, we have Shadow of the Kraken, we got 2 art books, some really good stuff, So it's going to be a good time. Man, Captain Outis, we're gonna. well, the rants, that's going to be more along the lines of kind of the insane people that are running for the presidency and some of the bullshit that's going on over there. The other stuff will come later. Like I said, about 18 to 20 days when this campaign is kind of said and done. So I got again. I hope more people will actually show their true colors and return favors and stuff like that. But if they don't, well, fuck them. Next Saturday though, I'll be on Sugar Chris's channel, which is awesome. Yeah, we were gonna do it this Saturday, but Sim couldn't make it, and we want kind of like the whole gang to be together again. So we'll have some fun over there. We got Pell Rider in the house as well. What's up, brother? Always great seeing you. Man, like I said, times are tough right now. We know that across the board. But if you want quality, I'm pushing out some of the best quality you're ever going to see, not just in indie comics, but in the mainstream comics. I went to the comic book store today, and there was like a special sale, I guess, because everyone's the going back to school sales and all this stuff, and comic shops want to get in on that. So I haven't been in a while, so I went in there. I saw a cool Savage Sword of Conan.
Awesome.
Yeah, good art that I enjoy on there. Kerry Nord, he's got a story in there. And if anyone picked up the old Dark Horse ones that came out maybe 15 years ago, somewhere around that ballpark, it was a really good series, and I loved his work on there. So he had done a black and white one, and it's pretty badass. So I'm looking forward to reading that, but it's more of like a magazine format. It's not.
Yeah, the old Marvel magazines, the black
Yeah,
and white. Yeah.
yeah,
I have a bunch of those.
yeah. Those are pretty cool. Yeah, this was Titan Comics. They have the rights for it right now, which is pretty cool. But
Was IDW doing Conan?
I think so.
I know they were doing. Oh no, was it Dynamite that was doing Conan? Because I know they were doing Red Sonja. Dynamite was doing.
Dynamite had Red Sonja. I don't think
Yeah.
they ever had Conan.
Okay.
Conan, I know Dark Horse had it, Marvel had it, and now Titan has it. I think it's in that order. I don't know if IDW had got it in between.
I never even heard of Titan.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the new series is fantastic. They found an artist, Roberto Della Torre. This guy, he's like a modern. I don't want to say modern. He's very reminiscent of John Buscema, but like his line work and everything is absolutely jaw dropping. And I don't know, it's as if John Buscema was still around, especially like the first 4 issues that he did. It's like in a collected series now too.
So even the new ones are in black and white?
No, they're in color. Those are
okay.
The ones that are in black and white is the Savage Sword.
Savage Sword was the
this
Marvel
is regular one. Yeah, this is regular Conan. And yeah, I gotta say, man, it's one of my favorites so far. I'll see if I can pull up some images of that while we're talking. Taking comics. This guy's work is pretty damn phenomenal. This is one of his covers, and he has a lot of stuff like throwbacks to Frazetta and stuff too in his style. Stop sharing that.
Love that painterly stuff.
Yeah. He's got like the compositions and things like that. So
yeah,
that's one of his pieces. This one's a pretty sick one too.
Oh yeah.
This guy does amazing work. And the first story arc, it's about 4 issues, but like his paneling and shit, amazing stuff. So if you are looking for, I do recommend. This is one book I will recommend out of in 2024. There's not many I'm going to be recommending, but aside from my friends' books, but yeah, this guy's stuff is killer, and I think Titan's been doing a great job. The writer's last name is Zub. I think he got like a special contract with them too. So like people have been digging it. This is the Joe Jusko cover for the.
Joe Jusko always did a great Conan.
Yeah.
I had met him when I started doing conventions. We traded some artwork. Actually, he bought a couple extra pieces from me, which is really cool. Like I had prints of some of my other stuff.
Do you remember Do you remember the Marvel card series he did back in the day? Marvel Masterpieces, where he did every single card.
Yep.
It was awesome.
Yep. Yeah, I had a good number of those. Pretty damn sweet. Yeah, this is the cover of the trade paperback. So if you're all looking for it, I think it's around like $18, something like that. But it's well worth it because like this guy's work, I'm telling you, it's. Once you see this in hand, you can be all right. Yeah, how have I not been reading Conan? And then when you read this, you're like, wow, how did Marvel screw it all up? Because this is the same writer who worked on a good number of those books, and they kept forcing their other garbage in there. Like, I don't want to see Conan having a crossover or appearing in an X-Men book. Like, people are retarded.
When they did a what if Wolverine had fought Conan. I remember they did that back in the day.
Yeah, that was back in the day. But they did it in a way where it was more like it was just the one shot. It's kind of fun, and Wolverine is thrown into like his time. So that's fine. I don't want to see Conan on the streets of Manhattan.
I am Hercules.
Yeah. He comes in that Conan.
What was that?
He comes in with the wrestling Conan. Olale!
Oh yeah, right.
No, do you see the Mortal Kombat 1's DLC has Conan, the Arnold Schwarzenegger variant? Yeah, so now you can play as basically Conan the Barbarian from the 80s film, like ripping people apart and stuff.
Hell yeah.
That might be kind of fun to see.
What is best in life?
Right? Brutal, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, Brutal?
Yeah, just sorry I'm late. I was otherwise distracted with other things, and
That's okay.
and I said, "Hey, there's a link, so let me do a thing." So thanks for that.
Yeah, man. We were a little bit late today anyway, too. I was learning something else, and I'm like, oh shit, didn't see what time it was. But yeah, man, it's all good. Yeah, we're just gonna be talking a little bit of comics on the YouTube portion. You know, getting back into a little bit more of the fun stuff. Like I said, if you have not seen this book, go jump on it. This is really good stuff, and it leads into some other Conan villains and stuff by like the end of like the fourth issue.
Nice.
But I think they're up to like issue 13 just came out. So, but they've been rotating artists. So he did the first 4, someone else did the next 4, and then he did the following 4. But this is like my preferred artist on the book. Although the ones that are doing it right now, like they're still pretty good. Like there's some very talented guys that are you would have seen them at like Marvel or DC from years ago too. So there's a good number of awesome stuff. But I mean, like look at some of these like opening pages.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Like the composition, everything is just fantastic, and it doesn't have to be overly rendered either. It's just like everything is just it's beautiful, man. Here's the cover to the Free Comic Book Day one.
Oh, nice.
That's what you want, man. When I think Conan, that's the stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So
rip and tear.
Oh yeah, man.
You could do Conan in like cave paintings and get away with it.
Right? Hell Rider, yeah, that's what Marvel's doing, right? Conan gets pegged for number 500. Yeah.
Gets replaced by Red Sonja in the first issue.
Gets replaced by Conan. Right.
Yeah.
Well, again, this is why they lost the rights.
Joanne the Barbarian.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's a big black woman.
Yeah. So Viola Davis is Joanne the Barbarian.
Oh, jeez.
I ain't in no ways tired.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
God, it's so pandry. Even though they have Zula right there, Grace Jones. Nope, they're gonna go with a new character that nobody wants.
Dude, of course. And you know, Marvel was like, you know how much money we're gonna make with this issue?
$1 million.
And the fans were like,
not okay.
Exactly.
When did Marvel lose the rights to Conan?
Just like what?
Recently,
a year and a half ago.
Really?
Something like that. Yeah.
I thought they lost it a lot longer ago.
They had it originally, lost it. Dark Horse picks it up. You know what? Maybe IDW did do something right before Dark Horse, but I know Dark Horse had a great run with them. I had like a good 35 to 40 issues, something like that. When Kerry Nord left, I kind of dropped the book because I think that guy he was their top artist on that back when Dark Horse was doing it. But yeah, Marvel ends up picking it up. They oversaturated it. Like I think they released 4 or 5 different books and then did all these crossovers with Conan, and no one gave a shit. The beginning ones were kind of interesting, but then they loved doing this crap with this time jump shit. Where it's, we'll show him as a king and then we'll go back and do. It's like a really shitty recipe that they love to hammer down. They've done it in Thor books as well. Like Jason Aaron did a pretty good job when he did something similar, but I don't want to see that with every character that's supposed to be, a tough one, or it's stupid. It's a recipe that they want to keep replicating, which is against the grain of a lot of these characters. Yeah. Have him back in the Sumerian day, have him doing his thing, show him, how he's saving the broad, but not just because he's the hero, because he wants to bang her, He wants to get, the money he needs just so he can make it to the next town. And there's something cool about that character that he always kind of overcame, like, the most screwed up odds. And, like, he should have always been like beaten down or dead or whatever. And he always came back and he persevered and he won. That's what's cool about Conan. It's great because you have like all these other people, like these bigger guys, these other monsters that are, so tough, and he ends up beating the shit out of them. It's like, that's cool. That's fun.
Yeah.
But again, there's other stuff. There's, the the fantasy element, the magical things, the demons and stuff like that. It's really great. Like check this one out there. Like that cover was sick too. Very very Frazetta like. But yeah, they've been crushing it. Not all the covers are good, but he didn't do all of those. But we're talking about the interior stuff, and getting back to that Buscema style. That's the stuff that I'm a big fan of. But yeah, and it's weird too because like this guy, he was kind of difficult to find too. Like on Instagram and shit. Like you would have thought this guy's numbers would have been way bigger because his work is like it's raising the bar. It's like Buscema and then some, which is really killer. But he's got like that old school approach. That's what I like with the line work and everything.
Yeah.
So like I said, there's something good I could actually talk about for a change. There's too much other crap going on, but and that's why like I'm bringing so much to the table when it comes to like my projects, and let me I'll showcase that one more time here, and then I want to talk about Chris's stuff too, because Chris is also he's another amazing creator. There's just a ton of amazing work, and if you guys you've seen this, some of my work before. There's a lot of cheesecake I'm kind of showing because I know like the Kickstarter people, they seem to enjoy that a lot more. But I do have a Conan a barbarian.
Yeah.
On this campaign. There is a full image. I mean, if anyone has my other art books.
It's Nanok.
What was that?
It's Nanok. No, it's Roston.
Well, this project, it is like a remastering of volumes 1 and 2. With an additional 30 pages of unpublished work. So it's not just that you're gonna like if you got the first 2 art books, it's not just that. There's something more in there. But I did absolutely remaster the first volume 1. This is gonna be the cleanest and clearest, most crisp version you're gonna see. I fixed some artwork too, that kind of small things that irritated me because I'm a perfectionist. But like I'm telling you, it's next level, and you'd be very happy you got it. It's a huge book. It's a massive book. Tremendous. It's the biggest book you're going to get all year. It's 140 pages of fantastic work. So I'm telling you, man, it's some of the best of the best. Some of your favorite characters from television, video games, movies, you name it. Cosplaying. Yes, I got my characters cosplaying as all of them. Wink, wink. But yeah, if you haven't yet, please jump on that. And again, if you're a fan of Universal Monsters, I got a couple of really killer ones in there, and some other teases. If you've been following me on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, I've been posting up some stuff there too. A couple of things that have, like I said, never been printed before, it's hot stuff. And if you missed out on the Volume 3 art book, that's why I have the option here as well. So if you want to get it kind of together, you save a little bit on the shipping. But so I have the first book by itself, the 2 art books together, then the next one up. Again, for those who, if you're brand new, or if you're just finding me on Kickstarter, I have some of my other art, comic books, actual comic books, and here's the 32-page City of Venus 1. I am working on the sequel. Trust me, it's going to be worth the wait. I'm putting so much work into it. I have a few sample pages of like some of my line work and stuff, and a little bit of color teases too at the end of Volume 3. And in this current art book, there's a couple of pieces you'll see, and some sketches and stuff like that too from City of Venus too. So like I said, there's a little bit of everything in the kitchen sink in all of this. And like I said, if you've missed out, here's a chance to get these things kind of all together. And then I have another limited version. And again, this is going to be one of the few ways that you could actually get this cover now. The only other way is I still have it on Indiegogo, but it's with a sketch tier thing. So so if you want it like this, 2 art books, 2 comic books, there's your option right there. And of course, like I said, just everything looks like a painted cover, because that's the approach I did with all these books. I'm a huge fan of that the cover and the interior should match. So that's what I gave you guys. And all my work is like that. But I just I'm elevating the bar. Yeah, good seeing more people over on Rumble as well. Like I said, when we'll be headed over there in a little bit, and we'll talk more crazy stuff. Like I said, what's kind of going on in the world. But yeah. So and again, here's a photo of the sample. I have it beside me as well. I'm telling you, it's the thickest book that I have. If you are still looking for Through the Woods, that is on Indiegogo. You can check it out over there. That one ships immediately as well. And of course, if you do want some of the single books, I still have like the 4 active campaigns. This one, like I said, is very limited. Kickstarter, we only have 18 days left, and then it's over. So whatever help you could do, grab that link. I have it pinned in the description. Put it on social media, anywhere, everywhere. Let people know Vinny's a great artist. He's someone who delivers. He's delivered seven campaigns in a row. And during the height of COVID, when everyone lied to your face and told you, "Oh yeah, there's a paper shortage, there's a backboard and plastic shortage," it was all BS. I proved that you could get a hardcover book in people's hands during the height of COVID. You know, some countries, yeah, it bounced back, but then we got them back out again to them. So, yeah. So like I said, it's about being professional. You know, so it's all good, man.
Oh yeah.
Okay, sweet. Oh man. Oh yeah, that's your other account, Seth. If you want to pop in, I'll drop you a link too, or Adam could. Adam, do you got this?
On it.
Sweet. So yeah, man. If you want to come hang out, because yeah, when we get to Rumble, we'll talk about more of the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Appalachian.
I gotta admit, my favorite part of all of this is that you actually get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually will get your stuff. It's amazing. Bad Take Bojan in the house. How you doing? Oh my God. Yeah, I still want to talk about that at some point too when you get a chance. That House of the Dragon shit.
Oh God.
Oh my.
Transformers more than me.
Yeah, that last episode. I think I think I'm done now.
Yeah. Check please.
Yep.
It's the notorious BTB.
Yeah. I don't know what they did.
But, and that's when I canceled my subscription.
Yeah, right. Pretty much. But yeah, guys. Oh, and again, we got original artwork too. I have like 4 of these pieces already sold. Adam, he's going to be getting his grubby mittens on this one, and I'm happy about that because I know he's been eyeing that man bat for a while.
Yeah.
I had fun drawing that one. You know, I don't typically draw that character, but the few times that I have, I've had fun drawing it.
Next to nobody does. So like the fact you did, and you've had it for a minute, and I'm like, I really think that's going to look nice on my collection, brother.
Oh, dude, hell yeah! You got an awesome wall there, and you got your Batman. I want to do more of his rogues gallery. So, yeah, because I used to do that when I was a kid. I used to have like a page dedicated to each one of Batman's villains. So I might do like a more modern version of that, or more current version. In my style and all that great stuff.
Did you see that post from Bruce Timm about Batman not having a big or a good was it a good enough rogues gallery?
Are you kidding me?
He literally said that was the reason why he turned the Penguin into a woman.
That's one of the stupidest goddamn.
He turned the
Yep.
What time out? He turned the Penguin into a woman.
Yes.
On that the cartoon they just put out. Yes.
Yeah. It really shows you how much, without having Paul Dini to wrangle him in, how much like Bruce Timm, like seriously, when they made the Killing Joke, which is in my opinion one of my favorite comics of all time.
Same.
When they made Batman and Barbara,
when they destroyed it, when they animated it.
Yeah, they animated it and made freaking Barbara Gordon and Batman have sex.
Yep.
And it was like, this is a father-daughter relationship, you sicko.
Yep. And right there is when he showed what he was. The guy always creeped me out when I saw him in interviews, but I still like what was done like in the 90s and all that with the animated series. The more I saw of that guy, the creepier the vibe I got. Now, I'm not calling him someone that does stuff with kids. But if I were to cast him in a movie driving a white van, is all I'm saying. So
right,
listen,
marquee.
Listen, and what those creators did over at San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh God,
we're gonna have to put a pin in that, and we're gonna continue that on Rumble. But it's also attached to that furry community.
Yep.
And
God.
there's a massive cover up that's going on right now.
The
And
perverts.
yeah, this is involving a lot of people in the industry. So yeah, like I said, we'll get into that a little bit more on the other side. But yeah, man, I am getting really, really sick of this. Every one of these people are turning out to be the biggest weirdos on the planet, and I don't understand why.
It's the creative industries, dude. Like, it's the same thing with video games and it attracts all the weirdos.
It's all of them. It's what is their obsession with that stuff? I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I think it's when you get to the top and you realize that that's all there is in this world, they start malfunctioning and start doing the weird stuff.
Maybe I don't know.
Just all mentally ill,
you know.
Yeah.
But there's people too that just like when they get to that high position, they want to keep creating more stuff, and then they kind of build these companies and they do this other stuff. It's these ones that are like they made it, and then they're just kind of like sitting back and collecting their royalties and shit, and they're just doing weird stuff. And when I mean weird, I mean illegal stuff, dangerous stuff.
Yeah,
involving youngins.
This guy has worked on. This guy's worked on drawn the Batman characters for a long time, and he actually had the balls to say that they don't have a good enough rogue.
Yeah,
now,
dude.
Batman for a comic book, like for a comic book hero, like facing off villains. It's like Batman, Spider-Man, and X-Men. They have some of the most memorable villains.
Yep.
That are like household names, like people who never picked up a fucking comic book in the world still know who the hell Mr. Freeze is.
Yep.
Know who the hell the Riddler is. I mean, you have your lesser characters like ventriloquist and stuff, but even people still know that character.
Yep.
That's fucking so stupid to say that.
It is. I had to double check it because I was like, there's no way that he could have said that. Being the veteran that he is. In my opinion, and this is just mine, but arguably Batman has the greatest rogues gallery. Of all.
Batman and Spider-Man would be next in common.
I'd say Batman, Spider-Man, and X-Men. Those three have the best rogues gallery.
Absolutely.
And see, when someone like my mother, who has never picked up a comic book in her life, except when I was a kid, she's telling me, put this fucking thing in your room. She knows the Batman characters. That's how memorable the rogues gallery is.
Well, 66, baby. I mean, 66 says it all.
Yeah. But even she would know like the older like the later characters other than 66. Like she knows Two-Face,
Right. It's like I bet you there's out there that knows Condiment Man. Okay.
Yeah. Or Calendar Man.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how many villain movies were made for other characters' rogues galleries? There's literally a Catwoman movie, which sucked, by the way, and a Joker movie, which I didn't think sucked at all. But I don't recall ever seeing any of Superman's villains.
Or Spider-Man, they made Venom, they made Morbius.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. We got some more people around here too. We got Seth is in the house. How you doing, buddy?
What up? How you guys doing?
Yeah. Oh, did I scare you? I didn't mean to blow up like that.
Now you good.
Listen, I'll do it to myself too. Look, there's my big ugly. No, it's
wow.
But yeah, like I said, we're talking a little bit of comics, doing a little bit of shilling as well on some of the stuff. But yeah, man, I don't know. To say that about Batman's Rogue Gallery, the guy's brain dead. Is this why they're focusing on Kite Man and certain storylines in the comics?
I think it's just an excuse. I think it's just excuse making. He's not being genuine with that. That's excuse making.
Yeah. Well, when you have people like Tom King that are destroying those characters, he's done a handful of decent stories. I'm not going to say great, but he's done a handful of decent ones with things that made you kind of think. And then he did these ones where they just destroyed characters, villains, Batman, you name it. And I don't understand why they keep this guy on a project like that, because there was the war of the Joker and riddles or jokes and riddles. I read some of that when that was coming out, and I had to drop it because the entire time he has the Joker with a frown on his face and just being like an emo girl. It was horrible. And then the Riddler was a complete psychopath murderer that was completely out of character. Barely had riddles. I'm like, what is this shit? Like, he tried to like write 7 or something with these characters and then completely screwed that up.
Is he the one who wrote it that Catwoman can knock out 3 versions of the Flash in like 3, just 1, 2, 3 like that? Is he the one who wrote? I saw someone posted that on Twitter. She legit is like turning around, knocking out with one shot. Like 3 different versions of the Flash.
She's not even superhuman or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy. Godzillionaire, yeah, that's the same guy. We got AK-47 in the house. What's up, man? I guess he's we got Frankie in the house as well. How you doing, Frankie? Feeling better, man? Did I miss anybody here? If I did, my apologies. But yeah, like I said, it's I don't know, comics. You have great writers that they're not putting on these projects. Someone like Paul Dini, he should have been heading that Batman universe, or that whole kind of that office, the Batman office. He should have been heading that, because he's the only one that I know who knows the characters inside and out. Scott Snyder did a couple of good stories and then a couple of really not so good ones. And the ones that I appreciated that he did, Court of Owls, I did enjoy that. I thought he did a very good job with it. And teaming with Capullo, like, it was pretty amazing. Then he had a storyline he wanted to do that Grant Morrison kind of stole away from him, which was the death of the family, when he wanted to do his version. By the end of the storyline, Damian was supposed to die. And Grant Morrison said, no, it's in my contract. It's my character. I'm not going to let him die. So he had nowhere to go with his story. Don't you think this should have been talked out beforehand? That, you know, that just kind of springing this stuff on them? Because I'm sure he would have done a completely different storyline. But you know what I mean? Like, there's things that they just systematically screw up, because the corporate people don't know their ass from their elbow, and they don't have their people there, you know, in proper communications. They tried to a few times, and they brought a few writers on some of their other kind of, like, they had storylines that kind of stretched to other books. And when you do that stuff, it's overkill. I'm sorry, it is overkill. If I understand his Batman book was selling amazing when it came out, and the new characters, they wanted to put in everything. And by doing that, like I said, you oversaturate it, and no one knows what the hell's going on. You got to pick up X, Y, and Z. If you miss an issue here or there, you're completely lost. And to be honest, those other books were just fillers. It was BS and fillers. You might have had 1 or 2 other books that were halfway decent, but it's like, do we really need that? Couldn't you have put that into the main story somewhere, or later on bring the characters back and give a little more info on them? Because when you introduce a new character and you give all of the backstory, what's going to keep people intrigued in there? What's going to keep them coming back for more?
Yeah,
I already know everything about them.
Right.
Yeah, you never front load.
You can't shove it all in at once. You got to like little by little work it in. You know?
Well, yeah, because I mean that's the balance of storytelling. If you front load it, then you get the whole exposition dump, which is bad. If you back load it, then it becomes a mystery box, which, contrary to J.J. Abrams, is garbage, because the payoff is never satisfying. It needs to be a drip feed. You need to entice, like breadcrumbs. You're enticing the reader into the story. You don't tell them, you show them the backstory.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. You know, but, and again, these companies have this problem. You know, at the Marvel side, I think all their shit is like unreadable right now, completely. Like, I just kind of I walk through the wall, I thumb through a few things. It is just bad. I didn't know Gail Simone is writing X-Men now.
Wait, what?
Yeah. They had the first issue there. I thumbed through it. I'm like, this is god awful.
Oh, no.
The artist they had on it is a pretty good artist, but what they have, like, you could tell. I'm sorry, women. If anything, they could just write women characters. I don't believe that they could do a good job with male characters if they didn't create them themselves. So when you see her again, this X-Men book looks so terrible. I don't know what they were thinking. And when you flip through it, it has, like, again, those classic kind of fuchsia, these purple and lavender colors. I don't want to see that. You know, there's virtually no action in it. The little bit that's there looks really stupid, like it just came out of left field. And then of course there's the quirkiness of like the character. You see like Rogue pointing, like you could tell like how she wrote and she wanted the artist to do. And I want you to make Rogue sassy and like, because this guy's artwork, I've seen it before in other titles and stuff. And I think it's the Pepe La Raza or Marquez. They're similar in design, the way they do their art, but both talented artists. And the problem is when you have someone like Gail Simone on there, she's going to try to over exaggerate like a teenage girl would be, acting this stuff out. And it doesn't work. And you waste Wolverine too. So it was just thumbing through it. It was Wolverine, Gambit, and Rogue fighting something. I don't remember what they were fighting. And I don't even remember Wolverine doing anything.
Oh, no.
He's one of your most popular characters. He has his claws out. You're barely using him.
Backseat him. Yeah.
Yeah. And then later at the end of the book, like they're sitting at a campfire. It's like you just replaced the coffee shop conversation with a campfire. It's the same shit. It's boring. No one cares. And then the very last page, your splash page, it's supposed to hook you for the next issue, is 3 other mutants that all look like teenage girls and a horse. And we need your help. Like, what is that's not a hook. That's not anything. It is garbage. Yeah, X-Menstrual. Yes, it's
You listening to me?
They traded in the shawarma for s'mores.
Basically, I don't know what the hell they were thinking, man. But again, I know they destroyed Hickman's run and all that. But I know next week there is a Marvel book I'm going to be buying because they have Jonathan Hickman working with Greg Capullo to do Wolverine. So, and it's only going to be like a mini series. I think it's like 3 issues or something. So I'll grab that. I've been looking at some of the posts he's been putting in. It looks pretty violent too. I'm like, all right, that's something I'm interested in. But again, you have someone who almost retired a couple of times, or he did take a hiatus for like 10 years for other personal stuff, but he came back. He worked on Batman, did amazing stuff, and now he's just having fun. Like Marvel got him back, and now he's just going to be popping out, one shots or a couple miniseries here and there, and God bless him for it. But why does it have to take one superstar artist or creative team in order to do books that people want? Could someone explain that to me? You have this roster of amazing characters, and you're watering all this shit down, and you're destroying them all. Why? I don't get it.
Yeah, it's a shame because, like, I think it was James had mentioned that, like, Gail Simone hasn't written anything good in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I actually enjoyed the Red Sonja stuff. Like,
when was that?
Like, that was before COVID or around COVID.
Okay.
Yeah, and the thing is like, I think you're right when you said that, like, they can't. Like, don't give them macho guy shit to write if they're like. Mm-hmm. She wrote from a female perspective, and it worked. It worked really well.
Yeah,
I just don't think that like Wolverine is a man's man. You don't write that if you're like the only person I would ever trust writing a Wolverine dialogue, honestly, is Amy Hennig.
Yeah, Amy, she knows her characters. I guess, yeah, because I'm not all right. Let me go a step back for a second. I'm not attacking all female writers. I'm not doing that. Because yes, Amy, she's a great person to bring up because she did the Uncharted series.
Yeah, I'm a mark.
Yeah, she wrote that character so great, and and then Nolan North brought him to life. So
and Legacy of Kain and Soul Reaver,
absolutely. Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, that was my shit back in the day. I couldn't tell you the number of times I played through those games. So much fun. Even when, like, later on when they started getting kind of crappier because they didn't know what they were doing or they didn't have the proper budget. Like, again, we know how these companies work. They start to shortchange the creative teams and stuff. So it's like, okay, if you just limited them, how are you going to continue the series? But, but anyway, Amy Hennig, she's fantastic. She's one of my favorites. But, Gail Simone, and don't get me wrong, I read a few of her the Birds of Prey book.
Mm-hmm. There's another female cast. Like, it works good.
Ed Benz or Benez or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
like, I thought they did a pretty good job. I got a decent number of those, and when I was reading them, like, I can see that she can't write male characters not to the way that people want them. You know,
well, if you hate masculinity, like you hate like the macho rawness, it's gonna come out in your writing. You know what I mean? Like,
oops, will be Chip the Claw.
damn it! Yeah, didn't they try to make him like bisexual with like Scott and?
Yeah, that's the last I heard is that they made him like him and Cyclops like.
What that was before COVID or during COVID, I think, or something. Or, I don't know, some shitty throwaway line to try to gay them up.
For everything I've seen of X-Men, what they did the past few years, they just basically turned it into gay high school.
Yeah, awful. Yeah, and Hickman stuff too is Krakoa. I wasn't sold on that. I'll be honest.
Oh God, I remember seeing that fucking the X gala. Where they were like, showing off their gowns and shit. Like,
that was so stupid.
Yeah, that wasn't Hickman, but yeah, there was some other horrible creative team. But yeah, Hickman put the basis, you know, your elements down of what was needed. Then they screwed him over. Then he walked away. Then they threw a bunch of money at him to come back and do another project. And in the meanwhile, the X-Men universe was falling apart. But yeah, James, I was saying, Birds of Prey, she did a good job with. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, you don't ruin the X-Men like that.
Yeah.
Go back, look at some of those good stories that like Chris Claremont wrote and stuff, and you got to tap back into that vein. You know, however it is, do something more current. There's ways of making these characters really entertaining, and then they waste awesome characters. Like Colossus is one of the coolest X-Men they have, and they haven't done shit with him. You know, there's a lot of them where they just waste them. They don't know what they're doing at all.
It's so stupid because even back in the day, like what most people would consider like the B squad of the X-Men, guys like Banshee and Forge, they still got their friggin' their storylines and you know they got their time in the comics.
Yeah, I don't know what crack they're smoking, but it just feels like it is all agenda, especially when you walk into the comic shop. I saw people come in, they'll take a look at the wall. They look at prices. They might thumb through a few books, and then they left. And you know, and this is supposed to be like a day they have like a big sale and whatnot. There's a few of them like they would buy some things, but guess what's selling? Manga shit's still selling. There's because so far those haven't been ruined, but it's about to. I
saw the pseudo Western manga.
Yeah,
and yeah, they're damaging that market now too.
Yeah, it's crazy. But again, and people just don't want to spend, and especially the younger people, they're not spending at all. I heard a kid on the phone. He was talking. I don't know who he was talking to. He goes, "Yeah, like I don't know." And I hear him going, "For example, like here's a Doctor Strange book. This is $5.99. Like what the hell, man? And it's only like 20 pages." And that's the thing that people are noticing too. The books that they're putting out on the shelves for the prices that they're putting them out on, they're 20 or less. There's some books that are only like, I don't know, 17 pages of artwork.
Jesus.
It's like, excuse me, you shot the prices up and you're giving people less content?
Yeah, that's
come on.
That's like a brochure. Like that's not even a book.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit what it is.
A graphic pamphlet.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like
yeah,
that's right, but what is it, like 34 or 36 or 32? Like somewhere in the 30s is like considered like average. You know, 24 is like considered like the small end. But when you start getting into like the 19s and the 18, like that's ridiculous.
If a monthly book was around 24 pages, and back in the day too, we were talking about, you know, 80s, 90s, there were still books that would go over, you know. And
yeah.
If it did, it was like almost like a thank you to the fans and stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And that's why, like, when I had the single issues of Through the Woods, like the first one, that's like 30 something interior pages alone. Like I think it was 38 interior, something like that. So like I want to make sure people are going to have good content in a thicker book and a story to enjoy, you know. And the next ones went over too. I think they were like, I don't know, 25 to 28 pages or something like that, like 2 and 3. But that's why I want to put them together. Like, you know, added a couple other extras and behind the scenes stuff, and it had a 100-page hardcover that I'm super proud of. Like these people, they don't think about this stuff anymore. This is just like, let me just bang out this crap real quick, and we got to fill the shelves. And you fill it with garbage that nobody wants, and then there's no space for independent creators. There's no space for anything else.
Yeah, and we're at a disadvantage when we're trying to like sell because we don't have mass production to keep our costs down. So our profit margins are narrow at best.
Yeah, that's the only reason why. Like again, I'm producing these books. I'm going, this one's like $50, but you have 140 pages, and every page is thicker than a Marvel cover. Like I'm giving you quality and something you're going to be proud to look at. And every piece you can see there's been hours and like a week worth of work that's put into every piece. This isn't just like, oh, I banged this one out in 3 hours and then I sent it to the colorist and then they did like 5 pages in one day. No. This is painstaking. This is a massive amount of work, to make sure that you're going to have a story with every image that you look at, but, and again, speaking of which, like I said, I do have some of my sequential work is in here too. I gave you some black and white pages, stuff that I didn't print in that version yet. Like you'll see some of my ink pages of Shadow of the Kraken or City of Venus or Through the Wood. I added something extra for you guys as well on top of everything else, but it's about quality. It's about giving people a fun experience.
Yeah. How long do you think a bakery or a pizza parlor or an ice cream parlor would last if they were like, just throw some shit in the ingredients and fucking mix it in there, throw it in the oven?
Exactly.
We're making seafood now,
right? Oh yeah. we went down to the local Sam's Club and we found the brand the X Milk. Like this is great. It's not a cow per se, but it has milk on it. So
there's a walrus on the cover.
It's cow-like.
Cow-like. Yeah, that's it.
Cow adjacent
milk
byproducts.
Right. Yeah. Right. It's
we're out of milk. Let's just this is white. Hey, look, this bucket of white paint. That's white liquid.
Yeah.
Let's put that in there, right?
Yeah, it's on the back of it. It
How long
says
do you think a pizza parlor or ice cream shop something like that would last, man? It wouldn't last too long.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. Speaking of which, I saw that somewhere. What was it? There was a video. I think it was on YouTube. There was a woman who she went to buy like the ice cream sandwiches, and it says that it's ice cream that won't melt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where they left it out for a day.
Yeah, she did it for 3 hours. She went out. She put one on the counter and the box, and came back. It turned yellow.
Fucking
I'm going to leave it out overnight. In the morning, she films it. Same sandwich, hasn't melted at all. It just looks a little bit more shriveled. And
it gets like mushy. That's about
even the ants didn't want it.
Yep,
exactly.
That's like the McDonald's burgers.
The whole box was like that. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Kraken City saw that. Yeah, it's all oils. Yeah, just like McDonald's, they do the same thing. That ice cream that they have in there, their milkshakes. There's no milk in there. You're eating or drinking like 7 to 8 different types of oil.
It's like flies wouldn't even land on it. Flies in shit, man.
Yeah. And like I said, there's tons of videos you can find on that stuff too. But it's insane, absolutely insane. But yeah, man, I don't get any of this stuff. Like I said, they got great characters, legacy characters, and they're destroying them. That's why we created our own stuff. I know Chris has got an amazing project. He's got a brand new trailer and everything too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, man, whatever you want to showcase that, let me know. And
sure. Yeah, just want to give a shout out to Tolbat in the chat. He backed you, dude.
Oh my god, hold on a second. Dude, Lion Rat, and he goes, he made Moira McTaggart a mutant.
Yeah, that was so
reincarnate herself. Reincarnation is not a mutant power. What kind of hold on, this was Hickman? Yeah, that guy's overhyped. I'm sorry. And I know that guy personally.
Oh no.
Yeah. He said it. He goes, Vinny, and in a few years, you're going to look at me as like, oh, that's that pretentious douchebag. I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, because as long as Marvel keeps dumping money into my living room, I'll probably keep working for them. I'm like, wow. All right. Well, there you go, buddy.
Hell yeah.
So I don't get these people. Like they could put real quality out, and they choose not to. Anything for that dollar. I don't know, man.
Well,
sucks. That sucks to hear. Yeah, I think he's getting high off his own supply now. I'm talking about his farts, like under the sheets, like that one king. Oh man, I'll stop.
Well, yeah. So yeah. In addition to showing the trailer, I also want to kind of show off little sneak peeks of the books, or at least what I got. But yeah, here's the trailer for book 2 I put together last week.
All right. There we go. And book 1 was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Knowledge is like a seed. When sown in fertile minds, it opens doors to new possibilities. Truth, once buried by the ages, is again revealed. The unimaginable becomes demystified. New wonders are discovered that transcend the limitations of previous understanding. However, some doors should never be opened. Our tale continues with the divergent paths of our heroes. As a naive king toils with ancient powers beyond his control, a grieving queen makes a fateful decision that forever changes their world. Infinito Chronicles. The War of the Trees.
Dude, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's an awesome trailer, man.
By the way, yeah, and Tolbat, thank you, brother. I just yeah, man, I just saw that. Yeah, he just backed the project too.
Oh yeah.
So thank you, man. I appreciate that a whole bunch. Oh, here he goes. Selfless plug. Thank you, Tolbat. You just backed the Art of Vinnieart Novella Collective Edition. Thank you again, buddy. Awesome. Yeah, you do if you want to pop in, man.
Yeah, I also share. Oops. I think I just misshared the wrong one. Yeah. So I also have. If I can re-add that quickly. Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
So here's kind of a little taster of some of the stuff that I have in store for book 2. So I was asked earlier in the chat, hey, is there a catch-up tier? Mm-hmm. Well, yes. We've got the standard Western style books, but we also have here. This is the manga version that I've been working on, Jumiko no Taisen, which is basically the War of the Trees in Japanese. And as you can see, we got some pretty far along in it, and it's all black and white, but it's done in the traditional manga style with like the kanji, like onomatopoeia, all in Japanese. And it's all read from right to left. In fact, I had Nerium. She helped me do this nice little manga guide on the back. If you open the book backwards, there's a little ashling here explaining how manga is read. And yeah, there's some cool.
Which is perfect. Yeah, that was excellent. And I was reading through some of this too, man. Yeah, you were doing a really great job with it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, there's in addition to that, we also have, hold on if I can, I don't know why it's not letting me, hold on. F11, that'll do it. We also have the painterly version of the that story. So in addition to the manga version, we've got a nice, we've got the standard edition, which is from the same artist that does the manga edition, but it'll be in color and it will be in your traditional Western presentation, traditional Western size and everything. Where we also have kind of something that kind of harkens more towards like the Bandes Déjeuner or like the European style, the more painterly stuff. This is done by the Barbusco Studios or Barbusco Comics, Eduardo and Mika. And as you can see, the art style is more kind of painterly. It's lends itself more to that Western style. And you can compare and contrast on our website at infinitechronicles.com. To kind of get a little, I guess, a sample of, or between the two books. So boom, you just go over here, click on it, and you scroll down. So you've got the standard edition here, and if you prefer the other art style, you can go down to alternate art style here. So that book 2 campaign is actually going to have it's going to have like three books essentially. You're going to have the standard edition, the alternate art edition, and then where was it? I thought I had and the manga edition. And again, the manga edition is actually it's like 2 books in one. I mean, this thing, like, I don't know if you can see up here, but it's 168 pages, and this isn't even the entirety of the book yet. We're still compiling it.
That is incredible, man. It's absolutely incredible.
Thanks. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. No, I'm over the moon about this project. Again, so happy that again you're using some artwork I did for you too on there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I told you, I was a huge fan of it as soon as I read that first one.
Yeah, and the first one's still available on Amazon if you ever want to pick it up. You just go over there and you just hit buy now. Bring you over to Amazon.
Yeah, drop those links in the chat too. And for Tolbat as well. He says he goes, yeah, can Elizabeth get 3 more subs? Yeah, man, dude, you have a wrench, so you could put your links in there, brother. Yeah, I'm more than okay with that. Oh yeah. He says my wife. All right. He says that first of all, he goes, love you, Vinny. There's proof he said that. Then he says that he's gay for me. .com. Thank you. And then he goes, my wife loves me. She told me I can buy another gun and ammo. All right, that's great. I think she may have hit her head. But before she goes to the doctor, I need to go shopping. Amen. He's gay for the guinea pigs as well. See? Look, see, he's gay for everyone. And it's a beautiful thing. See, Tommy, he's laughing at that.
Jesus. Yeah.
My chat's crazy, and I love it. We got Chris Fisk dropping his link there. So go ahead, hit that, click it, back and support this. Go follow his stuff. Go through his website. His website is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
So many interactive things.
Man, he beat me to it. I was trying to do it, and then StreamYards made me do some shit so that I could post it in the thingy over here.
Oh, that's all good.
Well, some of the previews of some of the stuff that I'm going to have at the Comic-Con or Granite State Comic-Con next month for sale, and I'm going to be tossing onto the campaign. We've got a double-sided poster. It's 12 inches by 18 on the front. It's got that cool epic scene of Aisling, and then on the back thanks. And then on the back it's got all of the card series, so you can see, if you're a collector, you can see which cards you have and which ones you don't. A nice canvas world map. The reason why I went canvas is because it's big. It's 16 by 20. And even though I have a poster that's roughly around the same size, the poster isn't 20 inches. So I can actually fit that in the box without, like, I can roll it up without having to do that weird odd shaped box.
Yeah.
But the canvas map's a little bigger, and that kind of broke that. So I'm like, well, I can fold the canvas map, and it won't damage it, because I hate folded posters.
Yeah. Same.
And then
I don't like creases in my posters. Yeah,
it's garbage, man. But in addition to that, we got the acrylic 16-bit Heroes magnets, which they're all these 16-bit sprites of the heroes from the story. And if you want to see a better look at them, you can go over to merchandise. I gotta change some of the prices on them, but yeah, you got the heroes, and then there's a very rare secret one you can get of a green armored dude.
Oh damn!
And then the trading cards, all of the big holofoil cards. The latest one here from Pal Rodriguez.
Nice.
And then instead of just the figurines, like I might be releasing these later. Instead, I got like this 8-inch statue, like model kit of Nessa here, and she comes with paints, so you can, it's all paint ready. Like I'm sanding it down, priming it. So
that is incredible.
Yeah, and it has a nice little guide, so it'll tell you like how to mix the colors to get the colors used in the example.
You're the only person I've seen who's done something like this, and I gotta say that's badass. That people don't even have to buy their own paints. Like you're putting them in there.
Yep.
And that's my point, man. Nobody's doing this. And the best part is you're actually going to get it.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, Chris, he delivers.
You're not going to put your money into it and then wait a decade
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah,
Dude, that's
I got
wild.
some little benedictions from my previous page backers. You know, happy customers. That definitely makes me happy. Look at that,
Yeah,
they
man. That's
got a
incredible.
whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, it's super exciting when people like actually like the stuff that they bought from you. Like it's like, yay, it made money or whatever. But like to actually have people go, dude, this is really cool. It's like, okay, you made my year.
Yeah. Man, yeah, I'm telling you, the presentation that he gives you guys, because yeah, when I ordered, I got the special box, I got the standee, there was a card in there, and a bunch of stuff, you know. And I'm telling you, guys, giving you quality. You heard that trailer too with that awesome narration. Like Chris, you wrote all that up, and it sounds amazing.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, the trailer for the first campaign is also on our website here. So if you ever, if you find yourself perusing the website, you can always just go over to books.
Yeah,
and
when you watch
learn
those
a little more.
trailers, it's like I want to see the movie already. Like,
yeah,
that's the vibe you get. So that's how you know he did an incredible job.
and if anybody wants to fund my book, The Infinibroke Chronicles, feel free to just send me the more commas you send in that number, the more I can put out.
Memoirs of a Brutal Morningwood.
Okay, I'll stop sharing.
Dude, no, it's incredible, man. It's really awesome.
Oh, thanks.
But,
it is. It's,
yeah.
Like you showed your trailer, dude. I literally I got emotional. Like I got emotional of it, dude. Like because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go on this journey with with your crew that you're watching. You're reading along.
Absolutely.
You're along for the journey with them. That's why that's why you're doing it, right? That's why it's being done. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to be sucked into that world.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like part of for me, when I really like a story is when like I actually give a shit about the characters. And in Infinitale, it's a multi-generational story, and not everybody survives. So some of the characters you've seen in those videos are dead, and and what they weren't just killed because it's fun or the authors or whatever. Like there's some emotional resonance there. Like this originally started as a tabletop game, so we had players that they actually had stake. They didn't want to die. So when it happened, like I was like, oh my God, like I didn't need to make that dude cry.
That's hilarious. Oh man, that's great stuff. But yeah, here are the links. Go get them. Go back that project. Go back my project. Again, Tolbat. He's awesome. That means he's not voting for Kamala. Thank God. He said it on Friday because we need more sales. Otherwise, he's gonna go vote for her. He was joking. No. He was only joking. I hope you're only joking. But on that note, here is the Rumble link because I think we did an hour and 8 minutes over here. Let's talk about some crazy stuff over on Rumble. So there's the link, folks. Click on that. Everyone who popped up on the YouTube side of things, I appreciate it so much. Thank you a ton. But yeah, we're gonna be headed over to the other place now because there's stuff we can't talk about here. He goes, if Vinny or Chris sells one more book, I will vote for Trump. Oh snap! Look at that. So go back our projects now. So he could vote for Trump, and that way that's one vote against the enemy. Because I'm sorry, the other ones they're doing bad stuff to the country. So and we're gonna get into some of that. So there you are, Captain Outis. He's been over there tonight, and so come hang out over there. That's the better option. So I'm gonna close out YouTube now.